My name is Katie Maxey, and I'm a registered dietitian with Brenner Fit. I want to talk a little bit about kitchen safety and food safety today. There are 4 main points to remember when you're cooking in the kitchen. Clean, cook, separate, and chill. Those are the 4 things I want to talk about. So obviously number 1 is clean. So making sure everything is clean. Obviously your hands, everybody usually remembers to wash hands. And washing surfaces, so if you're going to be cooking and cutting, you want to make sure everything is clean, even if you're using a cutting board on top of the counter. You also want to make sure that your food is clean, or anything that your food is coming in, some of the containers are clean. Beans or canned foods are a great example of a way that you need to kind of remember to clean extra well. And so the tops of the canned goods usually have some dirt or some dust or something, and so making sure you clean the top of this before you cut into the can, because usually what happens when you cut into the can is that lid will go down a little bit, bringing everything that's on that lid down into your food. So that's a great extra way to clean, is just to clean some of the containers that your food comes in. There's also some produce that people don't think to clean, such as mangoes or avocados or oranges. If you don't tend to eat the skin of that fruit or that vegetable, then people don't tend to clean it. Well, we would recommend that you at least wash it and clean it, because when you cut through something like an orange or a mango, you're taking all of the bacteria from the outside of the fruit into the inside. And so really you need to wash and kind of rinse and get whatever's on the outside off of that. So cleaning is obviously the number 1 thing for food safety. Number 2 is making sure that you cook things to the right temperature. The FDA has a great website that tells you all of the different food groups and to what temperature they need to be. So whether it's pork or chicken or beef or eggs, you can find all of that information on the FDA. We would recommend that you get a great thermometer so that you can actually really tell what the temperature of your meat is. Number 3 is to make sure things are separated. So when you're cooking, you want to make sure that your raw foods, like raw chicken or raw beef, are separated from foods that you're not going to cook. So if you were to use lettuce on top of your tacos, making sure that lettuce and that raw beef doesn't ever get near each other. And so making sure you separate these on the counter, in the fridge, and even when you're grocery shopping. When your person bags things, making sure you don't have meat along with things that are not going to be cooked. So separating is a great point of food safety. And the last point is to make sure things are chilled properly. So if you are going to defrost something and cook something later, you want to make sure that you're not chilling it or defrosting it on the counter. You want to actually put it in the refrigerator to thaw it out before you cook it. And if the opposite, let's say you have something cooked that you want to then chill and freeze, you want to make sure that you do that in small quantities before you throw it in the freezer. If you have a big pot of stew that you're going to put in the freezer, you want to separate it into smaller bags or smaller amounts before you put it in the freezer to make sure it freezes properly. So you want to make sure everything is clean, and you want to make sure everything is cooked to the right temperature. Make sure your foods are separated, and make sure everything is chilled properly. And then you'll be an expert in food safety in the kitchen.